Hello educators, my name is Nick. I'm an early childhood teacher, and just last week I posted a video around the concept of autonomy and received such great feedback that I thought I'd come back with another video. The hopes for these videos is they get us thinking a little bit more deeply about our practice, because they certainly get me thinking more deeply about mine. So I hope this video does the same. Today we're talking about authentic documentation. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I had an experience in a toddler room this week in which an educator had planned an activity around pollution in the ocean. Now, I sat down with the children, we read this book, and unfortunately they were completely disengaged. They were walking off and probably trashing the room like toddlers like to do. But what was interesting was not the fact that the activity didn't work. What was interesting was how it was documented later on. The educator made it seem in the daybook that the activity was a success, that the children engaged, that the children were thoroughly interested in pollution as well as oceans, when they frankly were not. So I had a little think about, well, where does this pressure come from to make our activities appear like they're successful when they're not? And I think the pressure comes from a few angles. Firstly, it comes from our observations that, well, we want to write about these experiences, and frankly, it's far more easier when our experiences are success to then plan follow-ups, to then give ourselves a pat on the back to say, yes, that activity was a success. There's also a pressure from our parents that in the daybook, we want to say that the activity was amazing so that we can so that the parents think that their children are in good hands, that we understand their children. And we can also make ourselves feel like we're teaching these children things. So we're sort of deceiving a few people there. So what's the implications of making these, of documenting inauthentically? And I think there's a few negative implications that this has. Firstly, we rob ourselves of the ability to actually make our experiences better. If we document in an inauthentic way, well, we don't ask ourselves the questions that need to be asked to improve our practice, such as why did this activity not work? Was it planned at the wrong time? Did the book not suit the age level? Is the topic now stale and children aren't interested in oceans? Should we find a new topic to discuss in our room? Secondly, the implications are it creates an idea that educators are perfect and that every experience we do is successful, which then the next time we do an experience, we also have to say that experience was successful. So it creates an idea that we can't uphold, that all our experiences are going to be a success. So there's so much I could talk about in this topic, but I guess the question is, for you guys out there, is how do you ensure your documentation is authentic? How do you balance those pressures and still manage to document in a way that reflects the reality of what happened during an experience? Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Speak to you in the comments.